Lori. Thanks for coming back today for story time. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend this past weekend. I sure did. I went with my husband and my two boys fishing, and we had such a lovely time. I'm loving this spring weather. I hope you are too, and I hope you're able to get outside and play some. But I hope that you're reading some books too. And I'm definitely glad that you're listening to these books that I'm reading to you. Today, the book that I'm going to read, it is one of my very favorite books. It is an old book that actually my mother read to me when I was a little girl, and then I read to both of my boys. And the reason that I chose this book is because there are two really exciting events that have happened in my life that the past few days, weeks, that relate to this book. My nephew just had his first baby, he and his wife. So I am now a great aunt, which is kind of weird for me. And then my husband's brother, he and his wife, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they are expecting a baby. So with all the baby news and things going around, this book seemed very fitting today. I hope you enjoy the story. Think about those characters and the setting. Think about the main event that happens, the main thing that is going on in the story, and then of course if there's a problem, and how it is solved. Today's story that we're going to read is titled, Love You Forever. It was written by the author Robert Munsch. He is one of my very favorite authors. And it was illustrated by the artist Sheila McGraw. I hope you enjoy today's story. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled all of the books off the shelves. He pulled all of the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, this kid is driving me crazy. But at night, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she would open the door to his room, crawl across the floor, look up over the side of his bed. And if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old, and he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath, and when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends, and he wore strange clothes, and he listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother would open the door to his room, crawl across the floor, and look up over the side of the bed. And if he was really asleep, she would pick up that great big boy and rock him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she would sing, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Well, that teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. And he left home and he got a house across town. sometimes, on dark nights, the mother would get into her car and drive across town. And if all of the lights in her son's house were out, she would open his bedroom window, crawl across the floor, and look up over the side of his bed. And if that great big man was really asleep, she would pick him up and rock him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she would sing, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. And one day she called up her son and said, "You had better come see me. I'm really old and sick." So her son came to see her. And when he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and too sick. So the son went to his mother. He picked her up and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where he had his own very new baby daughter, and she was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." The end. Boys and girls, I hope you loved that story today. Oh, it is one of my very favorites. Love You Forever by the author Robert Munsch. Don't forget to take an AR test, and I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye.